Good afternoon from Washington State University, Vancouver. It is a bright and sunny day. I'm Shelby Meter with WSUV Weekly. This week I have a very special guest. Her name is Dr. Jana Scott, also known as Dr. J, and she is in the house.
Hey, what's up, WSU?
Word. What's up, Dr. J?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Shelby?
I'm good, thank you. So you're with the Vancouver Free Clinic, correct?
I am.
Great, and so congratulations. I heard that you just had a big study.
Thank you.
You should check it out. It's good.
It is.
She looked over probably, the whole Pacific Northwest?
Pretty much, yes. And a little bit of the other area, but
how do you have time for all of that?
it's busy. It's really busy.
I'll bet. So not only are you pretty much saving lives, but also having, great research to spread.
Yeah.
You should have an award.
I'm trying to save the world. I am. I'm doing my best.
Well, you're doing good. Thank you. Okay, so with the study,
yes.
I just want to know, what's the average age of people kind of around the Pacific Northwest that come into free clinics?
Well, we kind of spread it out, but about on average, everyone is 25 to 34.
Okay.
That holds about 23.5% of our people.
Okay.
And then the second most is probably 35 to 44, and that holds about 20% of our study.
Okay.
And then 45 to 54 is the other one, and that holds about 16%. So we kind of notice it's more the older generation.
Right. Okay. No, that makes sense. Would you say that reason being is because most kids, under 18 to 18, maybe are on their parents?
Yeah, I think the new kind of Obamacare where they said, now after, I believe it's 25 to 27, you can be on your parents' insurance. So I think that's kind of where after 25, it just kind of goes down.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps. Now, what's the most common language?
Actually English, surprisingly. 65.6% is English.
Okay.
And then about 14.75 is Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And then anywhere from 12 to 13% speak, multiple languages or English as their second language. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know any Spanish?
I don't. I know C, and that's about it.
Hey, C. C, Dr. J. So roughly, employment. So people who come to free clinics, most of them are unemployed, employed. Kind of how does that look?
Most of them are actually unemployed. Surprisingly.
Right, go figure. Yeah.
About 51% is unemployed.
Okay.
But surprisingly, from the 48% that are employed, about 28% of them are full-time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the other 29% is part-time where they're a student or, doing other things. So, yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah, that is super. This is so fun. I'm getting to learn a whole bunch of stuff.
There you go. Medicine is fun.
Hey, look at that. I know. Speaking of medicine, I have bad allergies.
Oh, I have eye drops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, this is great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, great. You just saved my life. God, you are saving the world.
Thank you. 1% at a time.
Oh, my eyes feel so much better. Okay, now for the race of people, what would you say the most common is?
So what do you think?
White.
Yes.
Non-Hispanic.
White, non-Hispanic.
God, I'm getting good at this
You
stuff.
are. Maybe you should be a doctor.
Could I be a doctor?
You could.
What all I have to do is just be here's some eye drops. There you go. You're good to go.
Here are, especially for allergy season.
Hey, perfect.
Actually, 57% are white and non-Hispanic.
Okay.
And then 23% are Hispanic. And then the rest are, they didn't really want to say their race or they didn't specify.
Or they're mixed or
exactly.
something of that sort.
Exactly.
What about males and females? What would you say? Is it kind of 50-50 of people that come in? Or
It's close 50-50. Of course, knowing guys, they are more dangerous and they take more risks.
Of course.
So 51.7% are males.
Okay,
and then,
slightly more.
Yeah, and then 48.3 is females. So
okay.
We do know men like to hurt themselves a little more than females. So.
Skydiving,
exactly.
motorcycles. Do you have anyone come in with this big injury and you're
yeah.
what happened? They're like, oh, well, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, some things you don't want to see.
Yeah, maybe I'll stick to the eye drops, prescribing eye drops. Okay, citizenship. What about that? Are the majority of them U.S. citizens, immigrants?
Most of them are. About 62% are immigrants. Are U.S. citizens. I apologize. And then about 25% are immigrants. So
interesting.
The other, 12, 13%, they didn't specify, or they were scared to say, it's not like I'm going to turn them in or anything like that.
Yeah, but there's always that fear factor.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Okay. And then living circumstances. Do you ever have any people who are homeless?
Yes.
Really?
It's sad, but only about 2.5% are homeless.
Okay, that's not
So
bad.
that's not bad at all. I mean, compared to other places, it's really not that bad.
Okay.
But there's about 62% that rent.
Okay, so the majority is people who rent, not really own their home or have a mortgage.
Exactly. And then there's about 22% that actually are living with a friend or, they're in between, something like that.
Sure.
And then only 10% own their own home. So it's...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of... Yeah, no, that makes sense, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you look at the numbers, I mean, renting, because you don't have to pay, like, the property tax or anything of that sort. So they are looking to save money. Either that or don't really have money to spend.
Exactly. That's especially why they're coming to us, because we are a free clinic, and we do provide those services without a charge. So
okay. Now, free clinic. So what would you tell people who maybe had a bad idea about a free clinic and didn't want to come in? Maybe they thought it was like gross, dirty, something like that.
Well, it's definitely not dirty. I promise you. It is government ran, so we are definitely clean. We have standards. I mean, we have basically the same health standards as a hospital would have.
Okay.
We just are supplying procedures and, medical for people who are less fortunate and they don't have the insurance, because especially right now it's so high.
Yeah.
And people, they really can't afford it. So
now, is that kind of what the majority of the people say? Like, for having insurance, for example, how many people come in who have it and then who don't have it?
It's actually about 89 to 90% of people that do not have insurance.
Okay.
They can't afford it, especially with the whole Obamacare, everything like that that's going on right now, the transition. That's really, really high, especially like I said, most of our patients are of the older, their late 20s or older.
Like are off their parents.
Exactly. So they can't be on their parents anymore. Sometimes their work doesn't supply it, or they don't work, or there's a multitude of reasons why someone doesn't have it, but mainly our people, they do not have insurance, because if they did, they could go to other doctors to where they don't have to wait as long, because there is a waiting time at our facility. And so it's just a multitude, but mainly most of them don't have insurance.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I feel bad.
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh, I have a cough drop too.
Oh God, you are. Thanks.
Of course. And I noticed that your allergies, your eyes are all runny. I have some allergy
You should make a commercial about this. You are just that good.
I just want to keep you prepared.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Dr. J in the house.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming. It was nice to meet you.
You too. Have a good one.
Thank you. And my name is Shelby Meter. Catch us next week on WSUV Weekly. Hopefully the sun is still shining, and we'll see you next semester.